relatives. They're like sisters or first cousins, but they're not twins. And hell, if they are twins, they're fraternal.
Hey YouTube, it's your girl Dr. Ciri here, coming at you with a glam makeup tutorial. This video was highly requested after I posted my everyday makeup look. A lot of people were wondering what my glam look was like. So here it is. I will show you how I achieved this look, so keep on watching. I'm starting off with a clean base. I am going to use my Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. This primer is the bomb. And you don't want to use too much because it'll end up giving you a white cast, so be careful. Next, I'm going to do my brows with my Anastasia Beverly Hills. Who else has been having a tough time keeping up with their brows and just hair grooming in general during this quarantine? I know that it has been a struggle for me. So I start by drawing a line at the base of the brow just to give me a guide. And then from there, I kind of do hair-like strokes, applying more pressure towards the tail and a little less pressure towards the front. Some people would use two different colors, a darker color for the outer 2/3 of their brow and a lighter color for the inner portion of their brow. But I just like to use one color.
And one thing I try to remember or tell myself is that eyebrows are close relatives. They're like sisters or first cousins, but they're not twins. And hell, if they are twins, they're fraternal. Because my eyebrows have never looked identical, ever.
Next, I am going in with my Fenty Beauty eyeshadow primer. And please know that it is a crime not to prime.
You always want to make sure that whenever you're putting on a foundation, that you prime your face. Whenever you put on an eyeshadow, you want to prime your eyes. Just make sure that the base that you're using is going to give you the best chance possible. A primer is like a head start with your makeup. It just makes everything look better, last longer. It's like a head start. Just think of it that way.
So if you don't prime, you're already behind. I am going to take my Huda Beauty Melted Matte Shadow. This is in the shade Shimmering Sunset. And I'm going to take the matte shade and just put that all over my lid. Normally I would put a transition shade in my crease, but this color is neutral enough that I don't need it.
Doing a more intricate eyeshadow look is my not everyday glam. Typically for everyday, I will do bronzer in my crease and maybe add a shimmer on my lid. But
for a more glam look, you do a more intricate eyeshadow look. I'm going to take the other end of my Huda Beauty Melted Mattes and I'm going to create a cut crease. Now I have hooded eyes, so whenever I do a cut crease, I have to go above where my natural crease is in order for it to show up. Normally when people do cut creases, they will add extra primer to their lid to get the lid shadows to pop more. But with these Huda Beauty melted shadows, they're intense enough that you don't even need to do all that. Next, I am going to go in with my Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation. When you are doing a glam look, you want something that is full coverage. And this Huda Beauty foundation does just that. It provides full coverage. I am in the shade Brown Sugar 410G. Next, I am going to go in with my Fenty Beauty concealer in the shade 310. I go all the way up with the concealer, and that's for my face shape. Not everyone has to do that. I do it because for my face shape, I like to lift my eyes as opposed to just putting it underneath my eye. And I also like to make this line a bit sharp when I'm doing my concealer for a more glam look. I eventually blend it out, but it sort of gives me a guide for when I'm doing my eyeliner. But you want to blend, blend, blend. And these are the spots I normally put concealer even when I'm not doing a glam look. And you want to make sure that you're blending, 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 blending. Oh, and I'm using a damp beauty blender sponge. This is actually a Beauty Bakery sponge. So I blended my foundation, my concealer. The next thing I do when I want my look to be extra glam is I break out my MAC Studio Fix. I use the shade C 3.5 and I take a foundation brush that looks like a paintbrush and I dab it into the product, tap off any excess, and I pat this under my eye to set it. And this gives you that airbrushed, full coverage, ultra matte look under the eye. I'm gonna get close up to see if you can see the difference. I don't know if you can see it, but I can. I'm going to take my Fenty Beauty setting powder in the shade Banana, and we are going to bake under our eyes. Yes, we use the Studio Fix, and we're also baking. This is glam. This is what you do. What you also want to do is bake under here. So corner of the lip and go up. And that gives you, this gives you more of a defined contour. Next, I'm going to go in with my Fenty Beauty bronzer. I'm in the shade Bayesian Gal. And this is just going to add warmth to my face. I'm more of a bronzer type girl than a contour type girl. And what's the difference? The difference between bronzing and contouring is that contouring is a little more cool. You use a cooler shade. It's usually for sculpting the face, whereas bronzer is more to create warmth. You put it in the same areas, the bronzer and the contour, but the purpose is a bit different.
Just a little bit different.
I am going to grab my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Medium Tan. For my everyday look, I will go over even my eyeshadow sometimes with this powder to make sure that it looks as blended as possible. Not with this eyeshadow look, obviously. Next, I am going to take my blush. I am using Peach Twist by MAC. All right, I had to pause because my camera needed to cool off yet again. So I just had to pause. So I stopped what I was doing. I didn't do anything off camera because some of you, mainly my mom, was a bit upset in the last video where I did something off camera. Next, I am taking my Dose of Colors highlighter in Chasing the Sun from the Desi X Katie collection, and I'm putting this on the high points of my cheeks. I also like to put it on my brow bone to add a bit of a highlight. Then I also like to put it in this temple area. Next, I am going to go back in with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish and a fluffy brush. And this is that buffing technique where you just go over everything to make it look blended and seamless. Sometimes for this buffing technique, you don't even need to add anything to the brush. You can just use a clean, fluffy brush and blend everything. So next thing to do is finish off the eyes. I'm going to go in with my Huda Beauty eyeliner.
I really wish I had my Clinique Pretty Easy liner because it's easy to use, but I'm out, so I'm gonna try this out. I'm not that great at it, but let us pray.
Now when you do eyeliner, you want to make sure that the tip of the wing is pointed towards the tip of your eyebrow. It's not too terrible, but it's not the greatest. You may not be able to tell, but I can.
No matter what you do when it comes to makeup, whether it's an everyday look, whether it's glam, you want to take your time. I've never been a fan of those, do my makeup in 5 minutes, do my makeup in 10 minutes. If I am doing my makeup in 5 or 10 minutes, whatever I'm doing, I'm still taking my time with. You can't rush beauty.
The goal at this point is to make this eye look just as bad as this one. Or let me not say that, let's say just as good. No worse than. No worse than the other one. Yeah, this is bad. This is whatever. Listen, it's fine. I'm going to go online and order my Clinique Pretty Easy liner after this so that we won't have these problems in the future. Last thing I'm going to take is my Fenty Beauty Full Frontal mascara. I'm applying this to my top and my bottom lashes. Now I know I said earlier it's a crime not to prime. Some people feel that way about your lashes too. I might get into wearing lash primer, we'll see. But right now, this Fenty Full Frontal gets me together.
This liner is really bothering me. Really bothering me.
I don't know. What do y'all think? You know what? That's as good as it gets. All right, next thing is going to be my lips. Right now I have on the Fenty Beauty lip balm. And no, to all those who have asked,
I don't have lip fillers. Not that there's anything wrong with women who get lip fillers. But where my people are from, you're born with lips like these. You don't need lip fillers. You don't need a tan. You don't need butt injections. You're just born with those things.
hashtag my black is beautiful. All right, I'm taking the shade Quickie from Colourpop. This is one of their shades from the Makeup Shayla collab. It's a nice nude color. But with my nudes, as I told you in my last video, I like to put it on my bottom lip and then just blot. Otherwise, you look like you've been eating powdered donuts or something. But yeah, so there's the lip. Let's add a little bit of pink in there. And this is the shade Come On Sis. All right, and there's the lip. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment below. Let me know what other videos you all would like to see. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye.